A grand rising, everyone. It is Shalonda, and I'm back with another video. So I was just thinking about how these fools got people that don't believe in the Bible, don't speak to God one iota, that want to think they want to come to the Word, okay, and they think they want to try to use some scriptures against me to get away with murder. But when the scripture is calling out the murderous acts and that these people have to pay or die for their sins against the Holy Spirit, it's a problem. Something else is the Holy Spirit, a machine. See, these people not doing this on their own. It's technology. Well, what do? Technology is trying to get in the way of what God already created and trying to create something else. And it's destroying the earth. It's destroying anything that's living. Because most of you motherfuckers be sitting here talking about something about I'm living or I'm alive or something. But are you? Do you even know what the meaning of that is? What does alive feel like? What does alive consist of? I like to ask people questions. I mean, I don't want to fill in the I'm not a fill in the I'm not a fill in the blank type of messenger. You understand? That's for you to do. It's for you to use your discernment so you can always have it. That's how you teach yourself how to use discernment and be honest with yourself. Because somebody got a whole demon. This probably person probably can't even touch a Bible. Only thing they could do is probably go online and try to read it. And somebody is trying to bring the scripture back to me as if it's going to come back null and void. What you doing, first of all, is using the Bible to manipulate a situation. Now, these are the people that use the Bible I point out things. We don't have to go any further. I point out things. We may pull some scriptures. We might read a whole chapter. And I might pull on the current energy that's going on to see where we're at in our time and to see also and use the cards to see where people's thinking in the immediate energy is versus what's going on in the Bible. That's what we do on this platform. I don't see anybody else doing that way. Nobody else will be able to do it that way because nobody else is the word. Now, unless they try to copy my genetic makeup or something like this, and it still wouldn't be exactly the same to try to take brain cells or something from me to try to give it to somebody else to do it still ain't gonna be the same thing because you're not dealing with the authentic. There's nothing wrong with the authentic conduit or vassal that's carrying this energy. So this is a group of people that's in denial about who the Messiah is. So they want to. Everybody got to be the Messiah. Everybody want to be the leader. Everybody want to be the King of Kings. Everybody want this to be their destiny. It's not the greatest thing in the world, especially when you got to fight the motherfuckers. But I'm not gonna fight you. I'm gonna continue to do what I'm doing. But I'm gonna tell you one thing right now. There's no getting around it. Rather somebody now I showed the picture of the mountain things. Now I know where I was the whole time. I didn't of course I didn't fall off no mountain and go to the hospital or nothing like this. But like I said, I think we're dealing with different beings. I don't know what type of antics they're coming up with to also then say it's a time when these people are gonna perform some type of ritual or a ceremony or say these people did. Shit, I don't know. They may have another version of me down there in the motherfucking mountains. But again, say somebody did do something. Say we are other type of beings, galactic beings or whatever. And so again, if they did take me out there and do something to me or something like this, and then I just got back up normal because I keep telling you about my back hurting or whatever. It's not it wasn't. I was feeling normal and everything when I came back from my trip. My back pain didn't start until recently, but I already had gotten a vision of what somebody was trying to do. That somebody was trying to extract some fluid, or they were trying to break my spine, or somebody was trying to do something to my spine, or something like. There's a feminine energy that's jealous of the curve in my spine. They know that it might be something that's unique. They know many women don't have that particular type. I mean, there's a couple. I know a lot of women. That I see them, but it's not everywhere you go. I see a couple of supposedly men that also have that type of arch in their back. But I think a feminine energy is jealous of that. Maybe they think that that makes a sexual experience different with me, or we're talking about these feminine energies that's like on this polygamy, these thirst bitches, okay, and they're on this polygamy tip or whatever this is, okay, this new age polygamy. What do you do when you see some nonsense like that? Well, the creators of it need to be taken from this plane. It's just as simple as that. Because means that technology is definitely taking over to play God, to give designer babies. They're bringing what they were doing already behind the scenes in Hollywood and shit like this to regular everyday people. Makes no sense to me. That means that there's more aesthetics of you needing scientists that are mentally not mentally ill. First of all, okay. Now, I guess there's always going to be different scientists. I guess there are always going to be people that work in that field, but there can also be a ban on science. There could be or these type of technology and this type of advancements. I think that's actually a pretty good idea for what the fuck these people are doing right now. I actually was when I woke up that the next rising, I had watched this movie clip about a movie where somebody tried to replace somebody's mind with like some jelly filled thing. Like the funny thing is, I know that there's a lot of gifted people, but the funny thing is, somebody is coming over to like that's the rude. I just feel like that's the most disgusting thing. They know that somebody is sacred, and you're coming and there's laws against this, and you're coming and you're taking or you're doing these invasive things to that energy just because you have money. That's when I told y'all that the money becomes the root of all evil. Is right there at that point when you feel like your money can go beyond what God has already possibly restored or uh, brought to a certain level of recovery and sat and made nice and clean and new. And by all means, my language may be foul sometimes, but by all means, there's nobody in this world that can sit here and tell you, since God snatched me up out of just energy in general and placed me on a throne, because nobody's going to be able to remove that, okay? That nobody can make really any really charges against me. Nobody, and what I want to say is these judges that people are hiring, these are not even your judges. These are not the people of your, these are not your people. These are not Hebrews, right? These are imposters that have come into America and brought their customs from Mexico, other places, Africa, and things, and they're implementing them on Americans here in America. That's why some of us that saying that we cast out or we show, they want you to feel like that, but you actually the one that's in. They the ones that's out. It could be a multitude of them, 1,000 of them. But again, these people are not the original beings. They've all slowly been swapped out. So in all actuality, it's the one that's being singled out and pushed away. That's the original one that possibly has um, the real account to stay. Mm. We just going I'm just gonna kick a couple things that just come into my mind. So again, somebody wanted they wanted so bad to hurt somebody. Now a lot of these people, they demons or they don't know why. Because again, not that you was the perfect person, not you was the perfect friend, but I tell you right now, all these close people that I grew up with, that I feel like they've created clones in the name of these people, not man, one of them can say that I portrayed them in a certain level. Possibly a boyfriend. A boyfriend could say, yeah, you was talking to me and you was talking to another guy, you was messing with me, you was messing with another guy at the same time at one point in time in my youth, right? Like Jesus said when he was in his youth. Now that could be shit. You could have been in your youth until you was 30. You could have been in your youth since you was 18. Whatever your youth is to you, that's what your youth is to you. But that's what you take to source, right? That's anything that you have been able to preserve, whether you got skeletons in your closet, secrets or whatever this is. That's shit for you and source to deal with. That's not for nobody with no science to come in and try to tap into your and put no seed and shit behind your ear. 'Cause somebody only go get their feelings hurt because some of us are natural born healers, and we are some people. Like I said, when it comes to the Jesus energy or a Christ energy, somebody was placed here to be a healer. Somebody is jealous of that. Somebody is mad because they may have found out about some shit. But again, that's between me and my father. That don't have nothing to do. That's something between me and my father. That's what I'm saying, separating beings for who they are. When they say in that Bible, Go give this to them, these particular people. Some of them quotes in the Bible, it ain't even for you in this lifetime. It was only for somebody back that one time in that lifetime. Some of the shit is that's in that Bible is something that is reoccurring, right? Mm, excuse me. Some of it is things that are reoccurring. We could see it in history. You know what I'm saying? You could some of the things that are in there is hard to read them and then not realize that we seen this happen, you know, in history with a particular type of war that might have happened in a particular time and place or something, and we know that this happened over and over again. Like the accounts are very similar. Okay. But some of these things, you know, they happened 1,000 years ago. It happened at one time. That's the only time it was supposed to happen, and that was just it. So that's just what I'm trying to say. Some of these things in the Bible, everything is not going to happen this particular life cycle or this particular time. It may not even happen in the same way that it happened in a past lifetime because there is, excuse me, so much free will to a certain extent. So, and I really do think that somebody went out there thinking, oh, well, this person did this. And somebody actually went out there. I'm really picking up on this energy all the time. So it's got to be happening to lots of people across the land. Well, I'm going to do this or whatever, because they're getting their grips on a different technology to try to spy on you, past, present, future, or whatever. Um, excuse me. And they're really trying to claim these thrones and they're really trying to go behind the scenes and claim that they these people. But the thing that's the difference is when you were in your prime and you were in that activity. Like I said, for me, I'll go on my whole life and I never got an STD. Not that I know of. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, and I've had accurate blood tests, you know, throughout the years. So, from what I believe, right? What I know, okay? So, you know, it's something like this, like how they say the universe take care of you. Well, we know in the Bible also, people's like, well, dang, our God is this, your God is this. You need to follow that God. You know, so there is different gods in the Bible, right? But you know, I feel like mm, it's that energy. Like, what God you got over there? Because it seemed like you got, you know what I'm saying? You be saying this or whatever, but I feel like in this lifetime, people are trying to. That's why they're trying to put a heavier tax. They want a residue of something that they've done, and then they want to run off with their buddies and their friends and different organizations and brag about this. You're not going to get the outcome that you think. I'm trying to tell you right now. If you're one of these people that think that you're using some type of alien force, NASA, technology, or something like this, and you're doing these despicable things to people that might cause them harm, because what somebody want to do is make you unclean, broken, something like this. It don't. However I come is how I'm gonna come, because they knew y'all stupid ass was gonna try to do these things. So somebody might be trying to make you unclean or make you get a disease or break your arm or something, so they can say, oh, this person was harmed. They was able to be harmed and they're imperfect. Well, actually not, because again, I mean, well, goddamn, if you threw me off of the top of a mountain or you threw me off the top of the cliff, bitch, and I could, and I'm just only thing I'm sitting here doing is having some backache around my menstrual. You know what I'm saying? Or again, it comes to the difference of harm too, because if these Hebrew women were having these children, right? Um, and they were able to, what do you mean, recover? So that means that every woman, if they think that that's caused some kind of damage, well then that means that every woman in the world is damaged that had a baby, and that means that they can't go to heaven. You understand what I'm saying? And I know that everything is getting written, everything is being written, okay, or documented, right? And I know that again, there is something, and I'm just thinking about that energy of like somebody being in the wild or something. They don't really like to mess with the animals when they're in the wild. But if one of their favorite lions or something on the fucking safari or something like this got like their paw is messed up or something like this, look like they got gangrene. I'm pretty sure not ranchers, what'd you call them, um whatever they will be in the desert or in the wild or something. There's another name for it, and it's not ranchers, it's not, but anyway, would be the workers or whatever would definitely try to tend. They would try to see if it's gonna heal on its own or something like this. But if it's something that's detrimental, they're gonna step in. It's the same thing with beings. So I don't know who these people are. I don't know what the fuck they are, but they're not welcome here. Their tactics, their mind games, their new theories and ideas is not welcome here. A lot of these people are energies that have been taken out. I noticed that there's a heavy energy of my best friend, and it's kind of sad to talk about it a little bit because you know I don't know how tapped in these beings are with each other. I don't know if this friend actually always knew that she had clones out there and they were all working 9 to 5, all 24 hours a day to try to defeat me in this day because it's really a child of Diablo, a child of Diablo that could have manipulated or used their Jezebel spirit to entertain a father or uncle or a forefather of mine that was supposed to be protecting me. And while this person was out here doing whatever this is, because even when I was thinking about that energy of Jesus falling, taking them outside the town or whatever and throwing them off the cliff, and some angels helped him, you know, you really got to think about that because I feel like there's more instances that are not even spoken of. And that's why we living with a living energy here to speak on. It's not a pity party. It's, do you think I want to sit here and talk about this shit all day? No. But, to really get to see what it was like and what's the likes of the people that first think that they can do this to an innocent person because they're in competition or they're mad or they want somebody else's destinies. Like, where are you? You wouldn't be able to pick up the stone. There is rules to it, I guess, to a certain extent, supposedly. But with these people is and what they want to go ahead and uh, what they want to compare this to is it's rules now. Oh, now since we're so powerful over God, it's like, and I'm just sitting here like, again, there's a part of this God supposedly, allegedly within each of us. So how can you can't, there's nothing you could do to claim in your life that won't have something to do with already what was in you. So even if it's these masculine energies that was blissed by me at some point in time, or feminines, whoever, family members or whatever, that were blissed by me at some point in time and been given more greater, been able to go off and do more greater things than me. You see, that's why I talk about that in Ezekiel's will. You know, somebody look upon someone and say, you don't have anything to offer. It seems like, but they don't realize how many people are out there living their best life, you know, because of rubbing that genie lamp or touching the garment or coming up and rubbing that wheel or something like this. And I feel like it shows the true character and the true nature of these people because these people know where they got this blessing from. And for these people to not only just go off and take and not give back or not think that, not to look back and say, hey, we noticed that, man, you the one that you are the wheel or whatever, but don't nothing that, you know what I'm saying? Let me do this. But they so busy ready to do something for someone that's doing wicked. I feel like this is all a test, guys. And I feel like I'm it's still that carrying something or whatever, but I already keep hearing it's too late to repent. It's too late to repent. It's too late to repent. I feel like there's a breakthrough on this side though today. And it's like a delight, but it's something I can't even see yet. But while somebody think they're making a breakthrough by breaking bones or shattering or whatever, what they say, sticks and stones shall break my. These are people that can't even take what somebody is saying, right? They can't, but they don't want to confront you face to face. What do they say? Like a woman, because again, I feel like If you coming to me as a woman or a man or something, you're not coming to me and astral projecting. You're not using NASA and the government. Like you know, that's just like a little bit insane or whatever. You're not coming to me in my sleep and punching on me or something like this while I'm sleeping, while you maybe gave me some kind of antidote where I can't feel or I can't, move or something like this. Like these things are dangerous. And I feel like it goes back to that movie where those children got that gifts or whatever, and it became dangerous. I feel like it goes back to a lot of things that it feel like when the Nephilim or different beings. It just seems like when there's this meeting of these different beings or whatever on the planet, is when this type of behavior occurs. But I don't know why I feel like somebody made a mistake this time, and these beings are here to stay unless somebody addresses it with an iron rod, unless somebody gets mad, unless the wrath is cast. The iron rod, you know what that can look like? People think I'm harassing people. Look, dude, I don't go looking for none of these people. I barely, I see what comes in my feed. I looked at my list on my Fire Stick today and I see a couple names or whatever. But I might have been watching their video, the thing cut off, and then I have to type it back in to go back because it left out of my feed or whatever. But other than that, like I said, I'm really not stunting these individuals. I see them for what they are. I blast it. They get mad. They retaliate or try to retaliate by using some of their worldly um, blockages or whatever like this online or mm, with algorithms or something like this. And again, none of that shit have nothing to do with. I feel like it don't have nothing to do with God. I feel like whatever this is seated in the inner core of myself, and maybe you feel like yours. You're never gonna find it there. And I feel like somebody's so upset because some of these people are fearful because they know what they did. So trying to find this, and I feel bad because I feel like there's a lot of people in despair, and all it takes is an apology. Well, all it takes you is to say sorry or to admit something or address someone. If you have a problem with somebody, how are you retaliating or using your power or your gifts or your um, authority with a position to punish them, and you haven't even been bold enough to address the person about the problem that you have directly? You don't have the right to throw stones. You don't have the right to open up your mouth and say nothing. If you haven't gone to the person that you have this issue with and said something to them directly, you're not as bad. I think a brick house, she's a bad mama jamma came on. But I promise you, this is a masculine energy that I don't even know who this masculine energy is. It's probably somebody I would never even consider being a twin. Source maybe didn't make them my twin. It's just a random person that's obsessed or something that's doing this to try to, like, because first of all, I don't have access to my twins like that. And I'm not I feel like as a real God energy, it would be unfair for me to have that kind of access. And I feel like that's another reason why I can't always see um, some things when it's pertaining to like my partner. It would be an unfair advantage. But again, a lot of these people are going to what they say in these practitioners, which is really, their work. The government, the CIA, these things that they've hijacked, taken over to a certain extent, um, or gotten themselves involved in, or signed up to work for, or whatever. Um, and that's where they're not getting these messages from God; they're getting it from there. So we know God hate gossip. So that's why I tend to try my best to stay away from these gossip vlogs where people just talking about nonsense on there. There's no building, or it's just nonsense, nonstop. And then these people be claiming to be talking to people that have a name that's in the likeness of mine. Now they could be talking to me or they could not. They could be hooked up with some of these people with this technology, right? And they could be, when they talk about they called somebody, that a lot of times I've been having dreams lately, but as soon as I wake up, I can't remember them. So these could be people that are they sit here and watch me on the screen till I fall asleep, and then they try to penetrate my dreams and try to come in there and ask me because a lot of times all my dreams lately, I've been like, whoa, back the fuck up. No, no, I'm not signing that. No, I don't want that. No, I'm good on that. I just feel like a lot of it have been like a group of people coming towards me, or one person trying to I'm getting my one card with my rising sun deck, where the woman is standing over this man and she's trying to get him to sign something. I don't think it was constancy. I can't remember what card that is. But he's like, oh my gosh, and he's sitting in his chair, and his woman is really trying to get him. And I think the image is split as well. And she's trying to get him to sign his papers, right? And again, back you could tell that it's broken. These are broken homes or houses, like the house of Judah, the house of Art. These are broken homes, and these people don't even realize, because you're not dealing with your original family members. You're not dealing with original members. You're just not, and that should be very concerning to people. So you feel like the last one out, but and the thing is, I'm figuring when we find out, we can just wipe out these people, or there's supposed to be a group or a militia or protection that just slaughter these fucking people in the middle of the night. I mean, it's just, I mean, we talking about survival or something. You're not gonna keep on coming over here and jumping on me and beating on me spiritually. You're just not gonna do that. And that's why the Bible say, I should not suffer a witch. But okay, that's why these people are hiding. They found a method that's going to get them to be able to like uh, to drag this out, but is not doing anything. I feel like there's also something testing us to see how powerful we are and how balanced we can be under this type of rain or this type of whatever this is. But I feel like the straw that broke a camel's back was this last attack that these people tried to take. It's almost like somebody tried to trying to strip somebody of their spinal something and remove it and take it into another planet or another jurisdiction or something like that. Like, these are mentally ill people. If they don't want to address and deal with the original person, they rather take something from you and create something in the likeness of you in order to move on. But they're all them. They get to be them, right? You're not going to be able to pass go. This is why God, this is why my God, the energy that's in me, said that these people could not go further. That's why don't you understand? That's why these fallen angels and they're already building something on the low. And I feel like these people are trying to get me to come over to that side. Possibly, I don't know, at some point in time. But there will always be competition. And like I said, I wouldn't be involving myself in no religious aspect, because when you lying and manipulating, that's when your religious aspects go out the door anyway. So I would never want to be part of an organization that has any type of control like that. And I feel like people had to respect that the thing that somebody could be made different, somebody could be set apart, and that Christ energy won't allow me to do anything what these people are trying to get me to do, because I'm not like you. It just, it's not like, oh my God, I'm so much better than you. No. Mm-mm. It's just like, let me be in my lane, man. Why is somebody trying to always keep coming trying to pull people out their lane? Most people like to stay in their lane. I might veer off and peek over to the side a little bit here and there, back and forth, right, left. But more than likely, I stay. But I wanted to make sure that there could be some new accounts written about the way things were really going on a different level or a different scale. I don't understand why people couldn't talk about this or document this as they went through this type of torture or whatever the fuck this is. Some of it wasn't all that way. Some of it was definitely love, okay? Um, I want to document this in real time from the real person, so you could really get the real essence of it. Because I know that other people are also connected to the so called soul tribe or something like this. They may call it a collective or something like this, but so I know it doesn't matter to me how they're picking up the information. They are, even if these are Queen of Cups that are really AI, or they're spying on you with cameras or something, and they're trying to tell you the story or tell you without blowing their cover, or if these are like I said, legit people that really have these gifts, right? Um, Again, it's almost like somebody is saying, "Is your children," or some of these people is your children or something, and it makes me think about that. I brought you in this world, and I could take you out, but I'm hearing this part. Somebody just sent me a song talking about on the other side of the world, because these demons are trying to fool. I can't help it if my people don't, they can't feel me no more, or something like this, but they should be able to know what I'm really talking about. There's no need for those individuals to run and hide from me. They're going to find themselves running and hiding from these females that they chose over me. So there's a reason not to put that part, to be disciplined, and not put that part and try to put somebody else over the living God energy or the Messiah or whatever in this time. But again, obviously they have chosen to do this time and time again, but I feel like that's not my end. This is a whole different story line. And this is that I am energy that allegedly is going to be ruling forever. Even though I think they tried to take that spot and give it to Miss Jackson and put her in that Supreme Court position, but she's the one that is also guilty of, and this is a fact, putting cameras in people's homes in order to humiliate or kill or slew them. It's just a fact. Now that don't mean she went in there herself and put it there, but she gave the order. The thing is, it's not gonna work on me, even if they were able to capture something, because this person is they're in a there's an imposter. There's a bench warmer or something. It's an imposter as to who my eye is going to be in this day and age. And ever since this person got this position, I don't know. Maybe you guys are more in tune, but I haven't heard anything that this woman has done that seems extraordinary or anything like this. It's just abuse, 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 overpower, over exalting their power, things like this, and you have to go because you're not the real forever energy. So they want somebody else to sit on this plane with the forever energy, while somebody else sits in their stuff like, well, you get to be this person forever. So we just thought that we could be, but you're ruining so much things that cannot be, this shit is about to be catastrophe after the vid or whatever. Um, the way that they are using um, these things, technology, this witchcraft and all this stuff in the background. I just feel like it's going to be a sad day for, I keep on wanting to say humanity, but beings in general. Because if you say, you know, I wrote something about humanity matters to me, but then you're disregarding all the other entities that are on this planet. And again, I was just, I was supposed to be asleep right now, and I couldn't go back to sleep. And so I said, let me do a video. And now I'm starting to slur, and my eyes are starting to, I'm dozing off. So, I'm going to go ahead and just get off here now, because I don't want to be talking no crazy stuff, whatever. I'm noticing that somebody's trying to get me in a zone of anger, because I feel like after I have now the spots of anger are brought on because during the day you might be happy, you might be sad, you might be angry, you might be, these are all normal emotions. But these beings that you're dealing with now, they don't like they don't give a fuck about, they don't care about love, ain't about no emotion, ain't about, it's about possibly building for some of us or something, or being serious about it. And so again, you know I've noticed that. I think that somebody been trying to make me angry because that may be something that triggers my alleged narcolepsy. I feel like it used to be reading too. I would just be reading like one little paragraph and I'll just fall asleep, right? Um, but it could be also talking. I notice that when I'm talking in the dark like this with you guys, that they come on more often. There's also something strange here because I'm hearing that somebody didn't like that when I didn't want to go to the doctor and get a new set of test or something run for something I've already been allegedly diagnosed with, um, in order just to get my prescriptions back on. And I feel like that's what, I don't know. This could be, I had to balance this out because mm, this could have been something that would have been helpful, right? That could have been something that could have, that test could have been something that actually, because I'm thinking about the serpent saying something, but they just knew that this would bring somebody closer to God, right? And so a feminine energy could have said something about this, um, thinking that it would trigger something. I just don't like, I feel like it's not what that person said. It's just being a victim of some type of invasive procedures that I feel like these people are doing, or these beings or entities are doing anyway, that made me feel guarded about it, okay? About going and letting them do these extra tests. It's not really what they're gonna find or anything like that. That's just, you know, if somebody really want to find out something, these beings, these intelligent beings, they're gonna find it out any fucking way. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like how those people in California, or whatever, are going on strike right now in Hollywood, I believe, or something like this. And I feel like these same games that people are playing, God is playing. It's like, okay, hurry up and just like, if these people want to go, let them. You see, and then you just keep being you, and you could just watch the view, because or watch the throne, that many of these people ain't never gonna get to sit on, because their original person is probably not even here no more. I keep on seeing Mike TV, the little cowboy boy in those little particles in Willy Wonka. Unfortunately, some of these masculines are not here in that same anymore, and never possibly will be anymore. But like I said, I don't get that. I mean, like, again, when you're done with somebody, it should be laws against whatever this is. People got to get started making up these things or something, because you can't just go to your local police department. I don't think they have a sector in there for abnormal or supernatural or spiritual. You know what I'm saying? Most likely they want to push you to make these accusations or go and make these reports, so people can then also try to further analyze you. um, but again, these beings, they're gatekeepers to a certain extent, but they're not. And I won't let anyone get past. I won't. They could call it a dictatorship or something like this, but I don't think it's true. It's like somebody trying to get order, order out of chaos. It don't look pretty by all fucking means. Period. You can't come by me talking about peace, peace, and it's war, and I know it is. And you sitting here talking about. That's why I know that these people have killed one of these masculines, and they trying to act like this masculine. I'm just telling you this because I'm not. The thing you need to know about me is I don't have the power or the gift to go after these men. I don't have the insight. I don't have the intel. I don't have the information. I don't have none of that. And I don't waste my time sitting here. There might be something that comes across my memory, a song that come on from when the energy was very relevant. But other than that, that shit is it's like, it's almost like somebody getting into an emperorship. Nobody, because a real emperor is not letting no coochie run his empire. I'm sorry. It's others that can come through the door, or phallus, whatever it is. It's just not happening. That's how I know these people ain't the ones, and you're gonna be pushed right the fuck to the side. People can't be. You don't bring that to work. You don't. Since when do people put? Oh well, I'm choosing this divine feminine, and so I need to go. Well, nobody's fucking with you. These people are all ganging up and messing with me. I don't know where none of these people are. I don't know shit about these people no more. You understand what I'm saying? And I feel like that's not a bad thing. I feel like it's not really effective to hurt me. These the people that I feel like somebody said, "Oh, she gonna need you when you go." Okay, well let's see how you gonna need her, or you both of you motherfuckers gonna need each other. It's gonna be up to you to figure it out. So somebody is trying to keep more than that hold. Keep it professional then, and keep it moving. Unless this is one of these people out here that's a protector or something like this, or they can't let you go because they know that what people are plotting or something like this, the things that you don't see. Other than that, I don't, you know, because I feel like something is going. It's like beast mode is coming up, and it's like I'm kind of I'm not I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and I'm not saying that this is about to be all like shock and awe or something like this, but there is a sense of this and I'm trying to keep my composure or something like this. Um, but I feel like some of the things that are going to be um, exposed, it may not even be very specific as to what these beings and what people are going through and stuff like this in silence and suffering in silence from this type of abuse. And the thing that I'm hearing domestic, so this might be by your own or some people that I won't say your own people, but people that are on your land doing it to you, as if where that makes sense. Where that makes sense, it don't. Especially if you know the person is a fighter, you know that they have what it takes. They know this and that, and you know the person is still here standing. I don't know what like I said, I don't know what the end game want to be for these people, but mm, I don't see them being victorious with this, no matter how victorious they think that they are. I don't think that there's going to be that. I'm not going to deal with a situation. I'm going to put on my armor of God, my emperor um, armor, and I'm going to address a masculine like a feminine in a sense at some point in time, because that is the way that God gave somebody those gifts to be able to turn off their masculine and feminine, and I mean transmute or use their masculine and feminine energy. It wasn't just for you to be gay or something. This was for you to be able to really be able to discern and balance out problems, real problems that's affecting a nation, other than people's relationships. I'm talking about catty stuff like this person's mad because that person bought this car or whatever the fuck this shit will be. We're looking beyond that, because while you guys are scattering around doing this and you think that you got a job or connection with the big boys, they don't give a fuck about you either at the end of the day. Okay, and so I'd rather not lay down with them or make deals with them at all. I'm like a block queen, a cut off queen. It's not being purpose or nothing like this, man. But if you don't even know how to make yourself, to pull yourself out of that group, say a masculine or feminine fell from grace in your eyes, or source took them out of grace in your eyes. You don't even know how to get back in. I don't need to get back into your energy because I didn't betray you or I didn't do whatever this is. But you don't even know how to you're not the same. Period. This would lets me know that there's no good men left yet, because none of them have that kind of access to me no more. The only thing they can do is try to use these wicked females, which are going to manipulate the story and lie to them anyway. And again, they won't come to me and approach me, or because maybe they can't, or this was the perfect thing where something is playing out in somebody else's favor that was sitting there watching the whole time and playing everybody. And now you trapped from your God or your feminine energy or your masculine energy or whatever. It's just a lot of shit going on, y'all. But again, I can't keep my eyes open, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna bit my damn tongue. I'll be back. And hi, whoever this is, I don't have my glasses on right now. In the chat, somebody's saying something. I don't know. Oh yeah, they're saying hello. So if you're still there. But anyways, I have to get off here. I just would like to say that there's no relenting, that no one who has carried out these acts, especially on the emperor slash empress or anything or any of the people that rock with me, you're not going to, you know. And I'm not gonna say you better off putting a millstone around your neck. It's gonna happen that some type of energy here is going to come and put it around your neck. I just feel like that's what it is. Something is being formed here, y'all. Some, somebody is a creator or something here. This whatever this is going to be able to break these boundaries. Your spells, your fucking candles, the little spell books you got from those, from uh Barnes and Noble. That shit is not gonna be able to help you. Even them old ass books you got, it's just not going to be able to. Something else is being formed here. Since everybody wants to talk about the new, something else is being formed here. So that's just what I was told to say. I don't know what the fuck it is, but